does Booberry always have fuck me eyes?
I think that might just be you, Gabe.
Hey, everybody listening.
I'm one of your hosts, Remy.
And I'm one of your hosts, Gabriel.
And welcome to Mike and Friends. This is our third episode. Thank you if you are listening for sticking with it.
And no thank you if you are not listening.
You can suck a fat one. So today we're going to be talking about two movies, both starring a very famous actor. It's Nicolas Cage. He's the famous actor in the movies. And we've got a little question posed as well. So let's start. Gabe, do you want to tell us the movies that we're going to be talking about?
Okay, so in our first episode, I brought up these movies, and Remy did the gentlemanly thing of watching those movies. So,
I wouldn't say these are movies that many gentlemen would watch, but sure.
But the movies are Next and Knowing, both 2000s Nicolas Cage, Hollywood blockbustery fluff movies that have disappeared from the public's mind, except for ours.
Yes, let's do Next first.
All right, so give me, because this was your first time watching this movie. What did you think?
I hate it in a way, just because it's like such a fuck you. Both of these movies are like movies that made me angry at the end at what they did to me. I just feel like they're rude movies. They're not nice to you.
To remind people, the premise for Next is that Nicolas Cage his character can see 2 minutes into the future. 2 minutes.
Yes, he's a stage magician. In Las Vegas, and he does like magic, which honestly is cooler than his superpower in my opinion. He's like a really good magician. Like so criminals have stolen a nuclear bomb, as they often do, and the government. Well, it's mainly one woman that like knows of this magician in Las Vegas who has this weird show where he can guess people's like. Because he uses his power to guess what people are gonna say or like where they're from and shit in his show.
You know,
Like
magician stuff.
Yeah. He's like a psychic type magician. So this FBI agent stumbles upon him and says, let's get this guy to stop the terrorists for some ungodly reason. There's nothing about like he doesn't like I've seen more impressive things on America's Got Talent than his show. Yeah, no. His name is Frank Cadillac. That's that's a stage name. His name is like Josh or Chris or something. But his stage name is Frank Cadillac. And at one point in the movie, he's asked why that was his stage name, and he said because it's the name of two things that I really like. I don't know what Frank.
What's the Frank?
I don't think it says. I don't remember it saying anything. Him saying anything about what the Frank means.
He's just a very frank person,
I guess, and he also liked Cadillacs.
Frank Cadillac. I didn't remember that.
It's a very non-magician name.
Yeah, it sounds like a porn star.
It does sound like a porn star.
Would you like to enamor us with what the ending is? Spoiler alert, I guess, for this movie.
Yeah,
but I think we have to talk about the ending.
He saved the girl from the bad guys and stopped the terrorists. We think. And then he goes, "Oh no, I fucked up," or something. And then
he sees an explosion. He sees that the bomb has not been found and it's going to go off.
Yeah. And then it like cuts to him waking up to like a quarter of the way through the movie. So it like resets the whole fucking movie to like a quarter of the way through the movie, and then he changes his mind and he decides to go with the FBI people instead of, like, resisting them for so long, and then that's where the movie ends. There's
Yeah,
no conclusion at all. You don't know what happens,
no
and the
character.
whole point of them bringing it back in time is to show that, like, his power wasn't good enough to stop the terrorists because he did everything that he could with his power, and it didn't work. Shows you how useless it is to have this whole, twist at the end.
and
Oh, it's
and
just so
and
bad.
they fucking it was all a dreamed us.
Yeah. Yep.
The second and third act just didn't happen.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
god. And also
my
he can see his whole power is he can see 2 minutes into the future, which is a pretty shit power, and even the movie knows that because the only times where he actually does something useful is when he is able to force himself to see a bit further into the future than 2 minutes.
yeah, when they're like, "Push yourself." It allows him to, like, jump over logs that are falling and things.
And avoid snipers.
Yeah. Um, my favorite detail in the entire movie, which is one of the most laughable things I've, like, ever seen in the background of a movie, is during, when the bad guys are, like, holed up in that, like, factory or whatever, wherever they're at. There's one scene where there are these couple of bad guys congregating in this room, and in the background, there is, like, a random henchman sitting in a chair reading a Playboy, and he's eating an apple stuck on the end of a switchblade. And I need to know if that was his choice or the director or if Nicolas Cage stepped in and was like, "I have an idea." He's reading a porn magazine and eating an apple off of a switchblade.
That's so fucking funny. I
Like a
didn't
like
I
a
I
like a
missed that.
caramel apple on a stick, but it's just a regular apple on a switchblade.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's incredible.
It's
Uh,
insane. Also, this is, like, the incredible, like, love story that we're supposed to be really invested in, and they knew each other for half a day, and they spent, like, 1 night together? Or no, they spent, like, a day together, 1 night together, like, in a hotel,
mhm,
and then they just fuck, and then
yeah.
she says, "I believe in destiny." And right after them fucking is where we cut back to after the
Yeah.
end at the end of the movie when they do the twist back to the beginning.
Yeah, when
It's like a point in the movie where it's like this movie has gone nowhere. So it's like
yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen a movie. Like I
That's
didn't get a
really
movie. They
that's
gave
a
me a
really
whole
good
they gave me a movie and then took away most of it right at the end. Uh, it's the
they
worst.
said, "Do you wanna watch a movie?" And you said, "Yeah." And
Yes,
they
yes,
said,
yes.
"Me neither."
There's another part where he walks into the room wearing a gray T-shirt, and the girl looks at him and says, "Wow, looks great." Um, so that was next.
That was next. Okay, so now we're kicking it up a notch in the crazy levels with knowing.
This one's I found Knowing more entertaining
Agreed.
because I had a movie. They gave me the whole movie. So Knowing is about so Nicolas Cage.
No, you can just stop at knowing is about that's it. That
That's it.
perfect.
So he's an astrophysicist who has a son. Um,
Hmm.
and that's important, I promise. Um, and he discovers this piece of paper with a shit ton of numbers on it
Uh-huh.
that
From
his kid gets
yeah,
from a time capsule that his school had, and
from
on the
50 years ago.
he discovers on this piece of paper when he sets his drink down because he's an alcoholic. He sets his drink down on this piece of paper, and the ring, the like water ring from the drink, slices in half the numbers 9 and 11, and he connects. Um, he somehow sees those two perfectly cut off, and he connects. That it says 9/11/01, and then he he goes and proceeds to look up 9/11. 'Cause
Yeah, he has to
what would
Google it.
that mean? um, and finds out uh, that this page of numbers is full of dates of tragic events, and the last entry on the page is like the next day or like 2 days after.
Yeah, there are like two or three accidents that
Yeah.
haven't happened yet.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah. There's a
future
couple.
they're
There's a few.
future dates, yeah.
Um,
And they yeah, he discovers right away that you have the date and then you have the number of people that get killed in each accident. For the
yeah,
last 50 years, they were all predicted before they happened. One thing that's interesting is he discovers those numbers, and there are other numbers on the page that he doesn't know what they mean. And then he's in his car and he looks down at the like GPS screen of his car, and then he realizes that, oh, these are GPS coordinates.
yeah,
And I bring this up because Nicolas Cage doesn't figure anything out in this movie. He just coincidences happen that make him realize things. He's
there's
just
a
a
ton of those
vessel for the movie
coincidences.
to happen.
Yeah,
And the movie's all about like existential dread, basically.
yeah. The movie is like completely like it gets like it gets dark as shit. Like there's multiple like times in the movie where Nicolas Cage talks about how pointless everything is and how
Mhm,
life doesn't mean anything. Like they were just talking about the discussion of like determinism and randomness.
mhm.
And someone asks him, "So, professor, like, what do you think?" he says, he says, I think shit just happens, but that's just me." And then just like
Yeah.
turns away. I mean, I would almost call it a horror film.
Mhm.
Because like there's like this just these recurring, yeah, we didn't talk about these guys, but these recurring characters who are like haunting this boy, it seems like.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the son.
spooky ghost men,
Yeah, spooky ghost man.
and they give the kid a vision of the woods burning down and like
Yeah,
animals on fire.
dude, there's a part where he's like in the kid's bedroom and like he like brings the kid to the window or something, or the kid walks to the window and it's just like
Yeah.
outside of it is house, the forest is burning and there's like 20 fucking animals just on fire that are screaming and like walking out of the woods. It's
Just
fucking bizarre.
horrifying
It's
imagery.
horrifying. Like
This
more
movie
horrifying
has
than it
some of
needs
the
to be.
most Yeah, this movie has some of the most, like, over the top,
Yeah.
just soul-crushingly
It is like,
horrific
yeah.
imagery.
It's shit. Like if you like have like a weak stomach or like don't like
Yeah,
horror or like,
if you get freaked out easily, like, don't
yeah,
watch this movie.
don't. It's there is
It's a freaky movie.
so much more than you would expect. Because I mean, like the whole
Mhm.
like beginning of the movie sets it up as just like a 2012 type movie. Like,
Yeah.
oh, there's another line early in the movie, where Nicolas Cage, um, his son didn't eat Nicolas Cage's hot dogs, and ran into the house and said he was vegetarian now. Then
Mhm.
his sister comes by,
Yeah,
um,
Nicolas Cage's sister.
and like said like, why didn't he eat your hot dogs? And he said, Nicolas Cage says, he decided to be a vegetarian. What? You got a problem with that? Very unprompted.
And it's really weird.
Yeah. Did we talk
Um,
about the tragedies that happened throughout this movie?
Not enough.
Not
There
enough.
are
Let's just
so
go over those.
many.
So the first one that happens is this plane crash. Um,
Mhm.
because he's looking at one date that's the next date on like the card, and this is where he finds the coordinates, and he happens to be at the exact coordinates that are on the sheet of paper, and he's like, "Oh my god, it's happening right here." So he gets out of his car. And there's like a car crash up ahead on the road. And he goes up to
Mhm.
check it out, and he's like, "We need to get people out of here. What's wrong?" And there's like a tanker, and like, um, so you think it's like the tanker's gonna blow up or some shit. And then the
Mhm.
camera fucking pans at this like gigantic fucking jumbo jet crashing like right towards them, like towards the street. Um, and it fucking crashes like seemingly right next to him, but he's fine.
He's
um,
so close. Like, this isn't like a mile away.
yeah.
This is oh, I can like see in the windows of the plane.
And the first thing that Nicolas Cage decides to do is walk right into the fucking wreckage of this
Yeah,
freshly crashed plane. And there's just fire and shrapnel and chunks of plane
yeah. Things
everywhere.
things are still exploding. People are getting
Yeah.
hit by debris,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's just running around trying to save people.
This is one of those scenes that is like fucking brutal, at least in my opinion, where
Mhm.
it just shows some of the most fucked up shit. Like he like walks past like people just screaming their fucking like hearts out, like
Yeah,
on
people are
fire,
people
just
are
like
running around on fire. It's super realistic.
it's crazy.
He's like throwing people into puddles to put out their burning bodies. And so he
Yeah.
leaves his child and goes to New York City.
To stop a tragedy. Um,
Mhm. And then he goes down into the subway. And the whole scene, I'm like, hello, the subway. The subway's going to
yeah.
crash.
Yeah.
And the subway crashes
Subway fucking crashes.
and kills a ton of people.
Yeah, like there's a scene where it's just like a crowded subway platform, and then this subway just comes barreling through all these
Yeah.
people standing up like Jesus Christ.
My
Um,
favorite is they cut to a shot that is a POV through the front window of the crashing subway. And so you watch through the front windshield as people are splattered across the window. It's so over the top. Yeah, this movie has the balls to end with the world ending, which I respect.
yeah, no, I remember halfway through the movie, I was like, fuck this movie. I just hope the world ends at the end of it. And they did that, so that was great. I got that.
And the children are taken by spooky ghost men who turn
Yeah.
out to be
So the
alien angels to
yeah.
another planet.
So Nicolas Cage dies, but his kid and the kid of this woman he meets on his journeys
Mhm.
get taken by the creepy men in a, I guess, a spaceship, I guess
A
like a
giant
UFO,
wiffle ball.
a giant wiffle ball, um, to another planet to start over.
Those kids are gonna die.
The worst part about it is the really weird, really forced religious analogy. Is that the right word? That's not the right word.
Yeah, like parallels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes because like at the end, the kids are like running toward a tree, and suddenly they're in these weird like linen clothes, and it looks like Adam and Eve and like the Garden of Eden or something. It
It,
looks
it,
very biblical,
yeah, and it like I
and
get
religion is
vibes from the movie that are very like anti non-religious people, like
yeah,
because there's like Nicolas Cage has a father who's a pastor,
yeah,
um, and like he like throughout like they don't talk and they're not friends throughout the whole movie, and there's an end in the very end like Nicolas Cage goes to see his parents before they all die, um,
mhm.
and his dad is just like it's just like this weird his dad is like almost kind of condescending to him and says like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's like we're gonna be okay. We're gonna go see your wife and shit. And then Nicolas Cage is like, yeah, I know. You've helped me realize that
Yeah,
heaven is actually real, and
it's a big, like, I
it just
know now,
annoys me. It
and it
annoys the
feels
shit out of
weird.
me. Which is especially funny because of the big beginning of the movie. I thought it was annoying and pushing like atheist
Yeah, it's
viewpoints, and I
so
was
over
like,
the top cynical.
yeah, yeah, and I was just like, this is way too like almost felt like anti-religious in the beginning, and I was like, that's annoying that
Mm.
they're pushing that, and then it just flips by the end. I was like, God damn it. um,
It's I don't know who this movie's for.
um, yeah, but it is also too like it's hard to be like, is this like supportive of the
It's
Christian
like
faith?
even-handed in how extreme it is.
Yeah.
It is like even-handedly too far. It's
Yeah.
both
I can
where
imagine
like
both both sides, like non-religious people and religious people being offended, or I mean, like, specifically, like, Christian,
yeah,
it's like a lot
it's
of
all very like
Christian,
yeah, it's all like
themes.
Judeo-Christian kind of stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It seems like both sides, both parties could be really offended by this movie.
Yeah, both would be like, "I
Um
didn't really like that."
I could see pretty much anyone being like, "I don't really like that," to this movie, to be fair, but, um, God,
It's such a odd movie.
it's another just fuck you ending where it's like, world ends, but starts over with these kids on planet Eden. Um,
Yeah, which looks like a Dr. Seuss planet.
yeah.
Like, they're in this weird field of, like, alien grass, and there are, like, planets that you can see in the sky.
Um, oh yeah, that's just about all I have for this movie. This movie can fuck off. I mean, it's great. I'd watch it again now that I know the ending is just like
I was
so
happy watching it again.
annoying. It's a very fun watch if you're okay with the gruesome nature of it. Um,
Mhm,
it is really fun to watch. It's one
mhm.
of those so bad it's good movies that's worth it.
I would agree. It's got, like, some camp to it. It's really goofy. I will
So
say the effects are actually pretty great. Yeah, I would say next would be if you enjoy So Bad They're Good movies, that's a good like I would say definitely that one you have to watch with somebody to enjoy. Like that's a like talk and make fun of it movie.
yeah,
Knowing I kind of yeah, I kind of do recommend
I do recommend
if you
knowing.
can handle like some disturbing imagery and it is I don't think we've done justice to how, like, horribly bleak the movie is. It is
Yeah.
a feel bad movie. It is so it is Depression the movie, and but it's so sensational in its, like, over the topness. I It's good if you've seen it all, you haven't seen Knowing.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
This is like hand-to-hand combat, right?
Or paw to
Or
paw, or
what
um
about
I mean, most
it's like
serial mascots are not people. Um
no, like, weapons.
For me, it is like more about the characters fighting each other. So if the character
Mhm.
has a weapon or character, sure,
Does
character.
it do one of them can you name a cereal mascot that has a weapon, please?
I think Captain Crunch might have a sword.
Oh, I guess, okay,
Yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
what I mean. And like Tony the Tiger has claws, right? Gotta
I
have
would say, like,
claws.
claws and teeth
Um,
kinda 'cause a lot of them are animals.
so
Okay,
yeah, I mean like, or like even
so
powers, like
let's
Lucky the Leprechaun,
perfect.
he can do magic,
Let's
right?
let's dive right in.
Let's start right in.
Uh, I mean, because there are a ton of cereal
There's
mascots.
so many cereal
Obviously,
mascots.
like the Apple Jacks frog, that pussy isn't gonna reign
He's not
supreme,
doing
but
much.
we're not gonna talk about him. So
There's so many. There are so many.
right off the bat, Tony the Tiger, because
Tony, yeah,
he's a
right off
big
the bat.
tiger.
So Tony the Tiger, who is, if you don't know, the mascot for Frosted Flakes, or this is an important thing to note. Over here in the UK, they're known as Frosties. So
Oh,
yes,
interesting. Okay.
yeah. So
He's
oh,
big.
it's gonna be
He's a
hard to beat him.
tiger.
He's not only a tiger, he's a jackass tiger. He's a fit fucking tiger. I've seen,
Yeah,
like,
his whole thing is he like plays sports.
yeah, he's more fit than any actual tiger I've ever seen. Um,
He's
his
like
upper body is like double the
he's got
size of
that like Dorito body.
yeah, he does have that Dorito body, yeah.
And
Yeah.
in commercials, he's like 7 feet tall.
He's so fucking tall. He's
Yeah.
huge. Also, right now I'm seeing an image with him with a baseball bat. If he has a baseball bat, I think we can call
Just
this. So I think
imagining someone being beaten to death by Tony the Tiger with a baseball bat. Wait, yeah, this photo I'm looking at, he has a bat too. Does he just have a bat?
oh god, he might have a bat. And the way we set it up.
Holy shit.
But
All right, I think bat or no bat, he's up there for sure.
yeah, no, he could very possibly win this.
He's a big fucking tiger. He's a big bipedal tiger.
Okay, another big one, I think you might disagree. Lucky the Leprechaun. Now, he's tiny,
Okay.
not very strong, but he's got magic, right? Like,
Do we
he might
have
not be good at fighting, but he's probably pretty good at, like, outsmarting a fight.
yeah,
Like, Lucky the Leprechaun could outsmart Tony the Tiger, no doubt.
he's very elusive. He's a
Yeah,
leprechaun.
yeah. But I don't know if he could eventually kill somebody or if he will just
Right.
evade
It's
them
like
the
when
whole time.
if Tony the Tiger gets that little leprechaun in his big old paws, he's
Yeah,
gonna rip his guts out.
he's gonna rip his fucking guts out.
And he's gonna say they're great.
um, yeah.
So yeah, he would be Lucky would be great for like, avoiding damage, but
Yeah.
doling out damage
But also, okay.
is
So we also need to establish if like this. So this is a fight. It's a competitive fight. But is it a battle arena? All of them fighting at once, like winner takes all, or is it? I think it's a bracket,
a racket,
bracket,
a bracket, a sports
thing.
bracket.
Yes.
I think like either way, I think the answers will be similar.
Sure.
Now
Well,
here's
are you sure? Are you sure?
well, let's talk about this.
If Lucky outsmarts them so well, Lucky could maybe even think they're all dead, and then two end up fighting to the death and killing each other, then he could win. I think if Lucky's one-on-one, he's out of the race. I don't think he could
yeah, I just don't
win.
think he has the killing abilities.
Here's another guy that I have an issue with. That's going to cause a really big problem. Booberry.
I see.
Can't punch a ghost.
I'm glad you bring him up
ghost.
because I was also going to bring up Count Chocula is a fucking vampire.
Yeah.
You can't kill a ghost.
You can't kill a ghost. You need the Ghostbusters, and they're not on the cereal. They don't.
Tony the Tiger is a very articulate individual. Perhaps he could exorcise Booberry into the spirit realm and out of the arena.
Wait, who's doing this? Tony?
I mean, anyone could, but Tony is a well-spoken one, I think. It's the maybe Toucan Sam, I feel like Toucan Sam's the most likely to be like religious.
Yeah. Really, that's very true.
He's a dad. He seems kind of
he's
traditional.
a dad. He's got kids, yeah. Oh, okay, one thing we have to clear up. Snap, Crackle, Pop. Separate or together?
I guess I'm gonna say together
Together? Okay, that
because
makes
they're
sense because they're
one like
kind of
entity.
one mascot. Yeah.
Yeah, they
We
represent
could
one cereal, and
yeah.
I don't even think them being together helps that much because
Yeah, no,
they
no. I
they have
think they're dead,
weapons.
but
Yeah, I think Tony the Tiger, he'd take his little or not as little, his big old baseball bat,
it's
and
fucking
he'd break all their spines in one swing.
they're out of
Shatter
the
bones.
yeah. Their bones will go snap, crackle, pop. Um,
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. I think
His
so
sword, he's
this
gonna.
photo of him, I don't think he actually has a sword. So if Captain Crunch doesn't have a sword, he's just an old guy in a naval outfit.
Yeah, and I mean, he's kind of a heavy set man. He's not
Although,
exactly in the best shape.
oh, he has a spoon. He has a giant spoon.
How giant?
In a, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. Also, there's
Like,
old
like,
photos of
like,
him with. I think the original Captain Crunch had a sword, but he doesn't now.
okay.
But if you like on the box, like he has a I think it's a big spoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like
like a big spoon.
he's grabbing it
It's
with his
not
whole
like
hand.
it's like okay, it would hurt to get hit by it, but it's not like you can't like kill someone in one swing with it.
Okay, here's another thing though. Captain Crunch is a captain, and a captain has a fleet ship.
Like do we have the Crunch Armada on our
Yeah.
side here?
Does he get that? I don't think he gets. I think whatever's on the box they get to use, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Did you know that Captain Crunch, the number of bands on his sleeve actually makes him like a commander and not actually a
Commander
captain?
Crunch.
I think he's one stripe short of actually being a captain.
That was some pretty bad design, wasn't it?
Yeah, he kind of had one thing to get right, and
Commander Crunch would have worked too.
so
Why would you?
Commander Crunch, which doesn't change things too much. One that should not be underestimated is I don't know if he has a name, what his name is. The cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs bird?
I was gonna bring him up because he is fucking crazy. He's fucking insane. Although, so is the Trix Rabbit. Not
Yes.
as crazy, but they're both
No.
like Cuckoo. I could see like tearing people to
He would,
fucking shreds,
yeah,
tearing
pecking out
like
people's eyes.
yeah, he could definitely do some shit.
Mhm.
Another thing, guy. I think we have to. I think might be one of the only contenders that could actually take on Tony the
Mhm.
Tiger. I don't know if he'd win necessarily, but the Cookie Crisp Wolf,
Yes, I agree. Um,
which actually brings me to so I did a little research for this and found the crazy history of the Cookie Crisp mascots because they've had like a lot, like they've changed the like there it used to be like each generation has grown up with a different mascot, and it was originally a wizard. So
oh.
his name was Cookie Jarvis. Um, he was a wizard. In the commercials, he was voiced by the same voice actor who voices Scrappy Doo.
Oh,
Um,
no shit.
yeah, that was really funny. Yeah, but then for some reason they got bored of the wizard and changed the fucking mascots. They added two of them, and they made them the Cookie Crook and the Cookie Cop.
Oh my god.
Or Officer Crumb, if you prefer. So um, then like partway down the line, that got boring as well. So they had to add someone in there. So they added Chip the dog, who also helped the crook, the Cookie Crook. And he wore
Okay.
like a burglar mask. This dog. I mean, he'd help the bad guy, the Cookie Crook, like
He
steal
was like,
Cookie Crisp while the cop tried to
"Oh
stop
my
them.
god."
It's just so bizarre, though. But then General Mills stepped in and said, "Enough of this foolery," and they bought Cookie Crisp. And then
Mhm.
then they decided, "Fuck the cop and the crook. We don't need them." We've already got a dog. So Chip the dog goes straight and becomes just a normal dog, and he's then becomes the sole mascot of Cookie Crisp.
Okay,
And it
so
stayed like that for a while. Sorry, go on.
is that the mascot we have now?
Kind of.
Because
Um,
it's like a wolf now.
yeah. So so
Kind of just a
this was
furry.
this was so at this time like Cookie Crisp was only in America still. And then Cookie Crisp went worldwide. They went on tour. Um, and and so everywhere but America, they started shipping, or they made the mascot Chip the Wolf, who we have now. Um,
Okay,
so
we all know
he
and love.
actually never started in America. He was like every other country got Chip the Wolf, while everyone
Oh,
else they kept the same name. They just
yeah.
yeah. Well, America still had Chip the dog. Um, and then eventually they just said, "Okay, this is dumb. Just make it the wolf." um,
Mhm.
so yeah. So now we've got the wolf. That may be subject to change, though. Who fucking knows? Um, but yeah,
Wow,
I thought that was crazy.
that I did not know.
So that does beg the question: do the previous mascots get to be a part of this? And one of them's a wizard, which
That
I
does
think
throw a wrench in
that does
things.
throw a wrench. That's pretty. I mean, a wizard. Like, come on. Um,
Wizard OP.
I see. Like the crook and the cop don't really matter unless the cop has a gun.
The cop
Um,
has a baton.
okay. I mean, still,
I think like Tony is gonna take out the cop.
yeah, yes, probably. Um,
Or the vampire.
or the vampire. Um, but then but I'd say the crook gets the dog with him, Chip the dog.
Hmm.
Unless Chip the dog is now the wolf now, so is that that is tough.
Well, and
I
then
think
wait,
I think
because the Chip the dog was, or the original dog was against the cop.
yes, and then he went
So
straight.
canon wise, he hmm.
You know, canon-wise, the crook and the cop, who are both members of the same serial, would be like at odds with each other.
I'm
Um,
gonna say,
and
for
there's also
sake of
two versions of Chip the
simplicity,
dog, and the most recent version of Chip the dog, I think is the good guy. So like Chip went straight. I don't think he's going to be on the crook side anymore. I think
Chip
Crook is either
reformed.
Chip, Chip did his time. Um, he's a good boy now, um, and he turned into a wolf.
Yeah.
I don't think Chip the dog can be a part of this.
I think we have to go with current mascots
Current
for
mascots.
sake of our sanity.
I just
We
feel
can
bad for the
still
wizard.
muse on this. Yeah, the wizard would probably win. Because, fucking
Probably.
wizard. You know who we can discount right away, I realized,
What?
is the Cheerios bee.
The fucking bee. Yeah, no, he's done.
Cause
Um,
bee, but I was like, oh, but like, what if someone's allergic to bees?
okay.
But then I realized, oh, but he's a honeybee, so even if he stings someone, he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, so he can't even use his one weapon. So like,
Toucan
um,
Sam, he has the benefit of being able to fly, but I mean,
Toucan Sam can fly.
Tony the Tiger's
Also,
gonna
does he get
take
his
him out of the
kids
air with his.
or
They're
nephews?
dead too, even if they're there. Tony the Tiger's gonna take that
Okay,
baseball
here's the
bat
problem
and he's
with.
gonna explode a bird right out of the air.
I mean,
Someone
yeah.
needs to animate this.
Tony the Tiger going ape shit and killing all of their cereal mascots.
Oh my god.
Oh, his name is Count Alfred Chocula?
What a refined name.
Yeah, I had no idea. Alfred Chocula. You got Frankenberry. He's just a monster.
He's like Frankenstein. So he is very strong.
That's, yeah. And like
He and Tony
Tony
the
the Tiger can
Tiger.
beat him with his bat all he fucking wants. It's not really gonna hurt him
No,
because he's
yeah.
dead. He's already right. I don't think
It's
Frankenstein can get hurt.
I think they'd be a close match. However, Tony the Tiger does have a tiger's jaw strength and
Yeah,
claws, and
he's a tiger. He
Frankenberry
is a
is
tiger.
just strong.
Yeah,
Tony the Tiger is strong. They're Tony the Tiger in most pictures appears to be about the same size, if not bigger. Frankenberry looks kind of frumpy, like he's not in the best shape. I think Tony's up there. Tony's gonna
he
go.
might just be it, right? Like he might just take this whole thing.
Uh, this brings so I think it's more or less down to Tony the Tiger versus Count Chocula.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, we can't.
Vampire versus
Sorry.
bipedal
Also, do you
tiger. Who
mean Count
wins?
Alfred Chocula?
I do mean
Please use his name.
Sir Count Alfred Chocula.
Crunchosaurus Rex. What the fuck is this?
Crunchosaurus
Oh
Rex.
my god, we got a dinosaur. Oh, he's a meat eater too. Look up Crunchosaurus
Oh, okay.
Rex.
Okay.
The cereal was created in the 1990s. I mean, does it exist anymore though? Does that count?
Oh, yeah, that might if we're not counting Wizard, I don't think we should count
the Cookie
Crunchosaurus
Crisp
Rex.
Wizard. Or sorry, Cookie Jarvis is the wizard's name.
The magical Cookie Jarvis.
Cookie Jarvis. Crunchosaurus Rex would really fuck it up.
That would really toss things up. I think it would. Okay, if we were counting like past and present, I think it might, from the ones we've at least talked about, it would come down to Cookie Jarvis and Crunchosaurus Rex.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Tony the Tiger would probably not make it, especially against both of those.
One chomp from Crunchosaurus Rex might do Tony in.
Yeah.
He's T-Rex.
Cookie Jarvis. I'm curious about his wizardly powers. What is
I'm looking up his character
what school of magic did he go to?
What level wizard is he?
Yeah. Oh, he had a magic club. Damn. He has a cookie wand, so
okay.
It's just a wand with a little cookie at the end of it.
Does it like turn things into cookies? Could he turn Crunchosaurus Rex into a cookie?
What school of magic does
necromancy
practice?
I thought of another issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think okay. Listen to this. So I was like, oh shoot. If it's only the weapons that they have, Count Chocula, being a vampire, presumably needs to be staked in the heart to die.
Yes.
And I was like, shoot, how do they stake him? But Tony the Tiger has a wooden baseball bat that he and
Tony the Tiger uses Toucan Sam's
break it.
Tony the Tiger uses Toucan Sam's beak to sharpen his bat. Stabs Count Chocula through the fucking arm.
Okay.
But that's we have to count for carving time of the bat then.
But I mean, Tony the Tiger might just splinter the bat over his knee.
That's true. Yeah.
Ram it right into Alfred's torso.
Snap it with both hands. You could probably snap it.
Yeah.
The size of his fucking hand.
Or he might just be able to drive the bat itself.
Big.
Like, okay. Tony the Tiger is presumably like pretty beaten up by now, and he's adrenaline. He's gonna drive that bat right into Alfred's breastplate and right out Count Alfred Chocula's ribs out his back.
Okay, so he is 6 feet and 3 inches tall.
Okay.
Fuck, that's a big dude.
It's a big guy.
He's a child? He's two child children. He's Tony Jr. and Antoinette. And his mom's name is Mama Tony.
Mama Tony.
His spouse's name is Mrs. Tony?
I'm looking this shit up.
That doesn't make sense. And you know this is all true because it says it under the in-universe information about Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, I'm finding pictures. Okay, Tony's got a family to fight for.
Yeah. He has motive, muscles, and a baseball bat.
No, he's a tough guy. I think my money might be on Tony. Count Alfred Chocula is gonna give him a run for his money.
Cookie
But
Jarvis would be there for me if he was allowed in it, but
I agree.
oh,
It's tough to beat wizard magic.
Okay, hold on. See,
Mm,
this says Tony the Tiger is actually 7 feet tall, based on a tweet from the official Frosted Flakes Twitter account.
damn, maybe he grew.
Oh, he has a striking strength of 220 kilograms.
That's 485 pounds. Imagine getting hit in the head with a baseball bat with a strength of 485 pounds.
This thing says he's 303 pounds. That's how much he weighs.
That's big. Damn.
Fucking big. Oh, God. He's so brutal. Okay, I think we haven't talked enough about the crazy bird. The cuckoo bird. What's his... Sonny. His name is Sonny.
Oh, okay. Sonny. Yeah, he is
Sonny
insane.
the cuckoo bird.
He would last because he would be like doing in all of like the Applejack's frog, like Snap Crackle Pop. Like he'd be like murdering the little guys left
Yeah,
and
no,
right.
every single... Like, he's fast as fuck.
I think he might just be
Okay.
made up.
Hold on, though. We may have
I'm
found his
holding on.
Achilles heel. If I remember correctly from the commercials and everything I know about him, um, he only goes crazy when he sees
Cocoa
Cocoa
Puffs.
Puffs.
This is true.
Because other
And
than that, he's kind of just a normal bird. He tries to hold back.
he's got like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. But it's the Cocoa Puffs that sets him up. I don't think in a situation where he has to fight for his life, he's gonna be...
Cuckoo.
I don't know that he'd be cuckoo because there are no Cocoa Puffs. Because he goes crazy. He goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Bloodlust.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. We would like to thank Eli Dupsloff for doing our lovely artwork. You can find him at Dupsloff Design. You can see his work there on Instagram. We would also like to thank Ethan James for allowing us to use his music as our intro and outro music. You can find him on Spotify. Ethan James. Yeah, you can find us on Twitter.
Friends_Mike.
And on Instagram, we are Mike_and_friends.
If you follow us on Twitter and Instagram, then you'll know when the next episodes are up. We post them both every time. Yeah, if we miss any serial mascots that you think have a good fighting chance in this battle, please let us know. We think we covered all the important ones, but I'm sure there's some that we missed.
Tony, who can beat Tony?
Yeah, if you have someone that can beat Tony, then comment. Otherwise, don't fucking bother.
Don't waste your fucking time.
Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.